Hey, internet friends, it's Wednesday, and you know what that means? I'm about to drop some kind of randomness here that is going to make everybody go, What? So, today I want to talk a little bit about motivation and why your value system is so important to motivation. And as you probably know by now, you guys have heard me say this a lot, money's not a motivator. Because if money changes, you can make adjustments to your life, lifestyle, and goals. It's not a motivator. Okay. So let's just get that out right up front. Let's talk about why you do what you do, what your real underlying values are, and why they're so important. Now, this doesn't matter if you are a leader in your own company, like a founder, or if you are leading someone else's company and leading or in a leadership role in a big public company, or if you're just an aspiring leader, there's really no limits to how this works. And that's why I think it's so important. And it's also very timely because there are going to be days you just don't want to do it. For example, today I really debated whether to do one of these videos. It's unseasonably cold here. I'm not one of these people that likes the cold, even though I grew up in New England. And, I've had injuries and everything else. So I have a lot of body pain. And I said, maybe I don't need to do a Wednesday video. But then I looked at the whiteboard that's right behind this camera. Unfortunately, you guys can't see it where you are. And on that whiteboard, there's only one thing listed. It's a list of why I do what I do. It's a list of all the reasons why I help other people grow businesses, what it gives me from a self-fulfillment standpoint. And that's what I want to talk about. Because when I looked at that list today, I went, I can't stop. I have to keep going. I can't talk about values as a motivator and then give up on you. So here I am. Okay. And I see this with my clients quite a bit. Okay. I see a lot of business owners that give up. They sort of give up on the destination right before they get there because the minute the road gets rocky and obstacles start to appear, they start to either feel betrayed or just lose motivation because they're focusing only on the money and they're saying, hey, wait a minute, why am I going through all this when I could just wait another 6 months to buy the new car or something like that, right? And that's, again, why money is not a motivator. The other thing that happens is a lot of business owners and leaders, they start to feel betrayed when unexpected things happen. And so you have to have something that's going to motivate you in those times because they're going to happen. Clients are going to leave you no matter how good your service is. Staff is going to leave you no matter how great of a leader you think you are and how many benefits you're providing them and how many reward systems you put in place. It's still going to happen. Now, the idea is to mitigate that, obviously. We'll talk about that in another video. But it's going to happen. And then there's also going to be the times where as a leader, you simply start to burn out. You feel like you're putting in way too much effort for the amount of rewards you're receiving. And you know what? That's all normal and that's okay. But if you know the real reason why you're doing what you're doing and what you want to bring to the world and the positive impact that you want to have on the world, that is going to keep you going. So by basing your business and your rewards on your values, those non-negotiables in your life, you'll have a much stronger motivation on those darker days. When things aren't going well, that will keep you going. And so today, I'd like to take a moment to say something positive to a competitor. And I'd like all of you to do the same. Today's challenge is say something positive to someone. It could be a colleague, could be a vendor, or like I said, a competitor. But find something that you admire about how they handle themselves professionally and their professional responsibilities and acknowledge that. Help reinforce someone else's why when you're refocusing on your own. So for example, I met with a business coach yesterday. We have very different styles. Even though her approach is different than mine, the right approach is different for everybody. That's the whole fundamental principle of STAR. So I would like to just take a moment to acknowledge to her that kudos to you. You have a very, very strong foundation in why you believe what you do and why you do what you do. And I made a point of telling her that, even though I said, I'm sorry, I'm not going to send you any referrals and I'm not interested in doing joint venture work with you. I have to really admire her commitment. And it was phenomenal to see that. And so my hat's off to her. Obviously, I'm not going to name her here because I don't want to, impact her business either way, or say anything negative. But take a moment to reach out to somebody, whether it's on your team or competitor or even just a vendor you deal with, and say, hey, I really like the way you handle this, or I really admire the way you're always doing a certain thing or portraying a certain attitude. There's a million things you can acknowledge. But when you start doing that beyond the money, you will also start finding that you're refocusing yourself. You get what you put out into the world. I think we all understand that to some degree. So that's it for today. And what I would say is don't forget, like and subscribe to see more of my random thoughts each week. You never know what you're going to get. That's the whole idea of this. And hopefully in the process, you find something insightful or you learn something, or you at least get an occasional laugh at my random unscripted thoughts. And if that's all you get out of it, great. You know what? I'm a big guy. I can handle it. So until next week, I hope you all have a fantastically successful week.